Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ali Tarnishi at Ali Dose of Inspiration. And at this podcast, we bring guests from all over the world for story of hope, resiliency, and rebirth. And by sharing those stories, it's just to shed the light and spread hope, spread light that struggle or rejection is not permanent. It is something that we accept, and by accepting it we give hope to our life, and we can guide that rejection, because rejection, as been said, rejection is God protection to guide us to our direction. So by sharing those story, those podcasts, by bringing people from all over the world sharing their story, it's just a blueprint that people may be going through the same thing, and they are feeling stuck, they are feeling hopeless, they are feeling that why it's me, but there is people that they went through many things and they come out from it by the right mindset, by the clear mindset, by the hope, by trusting in the process, and by trust in God and believe. And today is, without further ado, I have my friend Cynthia Simmons. Never give up. Welcome, my friend Cynthia.
Hello, Ali. Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
It's the honor is mine, and thank you for being my guest. And I know, Cynthia, you are a never give up lady, a strong, powerful lady. That's you went through a lot, and a cancer survivor. Can you just tell us a little bit about that, and how you manage to come out from that as a successful, a powerful lady? You didn't let that tragedy keep you down and stay as a victim.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of strange how all of this happened. So I've battled four different cancers. Not, usually when people say they've had four different cancers, it's because one cancer spread and caused a cancer somewhere else. But that wasn't the case with me. These are all individual, separate cancers. And one of them, which is called Langerhans cell histiocytosis, um, was so rare, there wasn't even a doctor in Washington state that could treat me. And so I battled cervical cancer, breast cancer, then I got the Langerhans, and that was devastating for me, the Langerhans. And it's, like I said, it's very rare. There's no known cure, there's no known cause. And when I it took them a year to diagnose me, first of all, because they kept thinking it was one of the other cancers
Hmm.
that was causing all of the problems. And every time they would do biopsies or surgeries to try and find out, it wasn't. And so it took them almost a year, about a year, to diagnose me. That year was hell for me because I was getting sicker and sicker and sicker, and nobody knew why, and nobody could figure it out. And so they kept misdiagnosing me.
Hmm.
Oh, you have lupus. Oh, you have gout. You have fibromyalgia. You have asthma, COPD, and emphysema. They kept grasping for straws, and everything
Hmm.
kept coming back negative, negative, negative. And so finally, I went in, and they took the upper and middle lobe of my lung, and they sent it off to California. And the doctor who did the surgery called me, and he said, I don't even know how to say this. And he said, and I'm a doctor. He said, but you have Langerhans cell histiocytosis. He said, I don't know what it is. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to tell you. Good luck.
Wow.
And so, I kind of took it from there. So my first thing to people, I guess, Ali, if I was going to say, in life, in health particularly,
Hmm.
we must be our own best advocate, right? We have to fight for ourselves
Hmm.
because you are the most important person to you. I mean, if you're going to be here for your spouse or your kids, or your family, your friends, it's really up to you to find the information. And it doesn't matter if it's in business or if it's in health I mean, if you were going to hire someone to come out and paint your house, you would go search for that person to do the best job. But in life, we don't do that for ourselves. We just kind of accept, okay, this doctor doesn't know what it is, but I'll trust him. Maybe he'll figure it out. No, I didn't do that. I started researching. What is this illness? Who's studying it? Can they help me? And that's what I did. I called Johns Hopkins University and I called Texas A&M University, and there were 2 doctors that were studying it. And it was all research protocol treatment. And they said, what we'll do is we'll call your cancer doctor, tell him what we've discovered and the medications that are working for most patients. And that's how I started then on that journey. But then I ended up with multi-vital organ involvement. And that's when they said, Cynthia, we don't have anything else. We've given you everything we've got, all the research. And that's it. And he said, you have 6 months.
Wow.
Take your last vacation. And so I had never been to Vegas. I wanted to go to Vegas. My husband took me to Vegas. And when we came back, I thought, wow, that's a short time. I better get busy.
Yeah.
That's not long to do all
No,
the things
6
I want to
months.
do. Yeah. Man, I got to write a book, start a business. I got to do so many things I want to do. What? 6 months? And I got busy. And I really just in my mind said, I don't have these things because I have things to do. I got things I still want to accomplish. And I got busy doing those things. And, doctors ask me today, why do you think you're here? And others cannot, I shouldn't say cannot, sometimes I feel bad when I talk about this because I just lost someone actually recently. And we had the same birthday. I mean, same day, same month, same year. And he was a mentor to me.
Wow.
And he followed me all through my illnesses and was always there to boost me up and, keep going. Don't ever stop. And oh my God, I don't know how you do it. And he got brain cancer about 9 months ago and died.
Wow.
And there's so many stories like that of people that were behind me when I was sick, pushing me to fight, who are they're not here anymore. And so doctors ask me, why do you think you're surviving this? And others don't. I can't answer that question because I'm not God. And the only thing I can say is I changed my mindset. I never say I have cancer because that means I own it.
100%. That's a good strategy. And
if I say I have cancer, then it's like saying I have $50 in my purse.
Yeah, you own it. Yeah.
Yeah, you own it. So, and the other thing I would not say is that I'm a cancer patient. I would say victim. Because cancer is like, almost like, if you think of somebody that is burglarized, somebody comes into your home, they break in, they take stuff, they damage it, they tear it up, they're there to destroy and take. And so that's how I seen it. And I was like, no, I'm going to stop this at the gate. And so my mindset was be positive, keep living as if you didn't even hear that. Keep doing whatever it is you were going to do. And I went down that track and I wrote a book and started a business, and I just got busy and life kept going.
Which year all this happened, Cynthia? Like when the doctor told you have to live 6 months?
So in 1993, I had cervical cancer. 2003, I had breast cancer. 2007, the Langerhans came. In 2009, they said, you've got 6 months. And then in 2014, I got skin cancer.
Wow. Wow, that's a lot of like a lot of like a lot of cancer and stuff, and you manage. That's I just love that. Never give up. That's sometimes when I like the way you put it, because you said be positive, keep living. You don't even hear that, you don't own it, and that probably didn't keep you thinking of that, because most of the people, I'm not saying that, but some people that they have like a little problem or something, when they keep thinking about that problem, they worry a lot about that, and psychologically they drain themselves before even that. But for you, you forget about that. You didn't even think that you hear that, and you lived your life as normal, and you become busy, and God, like it's a miracle. It's
It, I was fired from 2 jobs because of cancer. So I worked for the city. And when I
mhm,
got breast cancer, they fired me. They said,
really.
and so then I went back to my normal job field, working in the medical field. And I was working in the OR at the hospital. And that's when I got sick again. And they couldn't figure out what it was. And I was getting sicker and sicker. And they're like, we need somebody who can be here. And you're not here. And I said, "Why? I thought the hospital was safe.
Hmm.
I mean, this is what you do.
Yeah.
You of all people should understand
Yeah, exactly.
that people get sick, but as a job, they don't care. We need people to be at work." Okay. And so I was fired from 2 jobs because of cancer. And that's when I realized, how can I still be profitable? How can I still create an income without depending on someone to send me a paycheck? How can I create that for myself?
Hmm.
And that's when all of these things started to come to me. Hey, wait a minute, maybe I'm not supposed to be working. Maybe God keeps closing this door to try
Hmm.
and go, hey,
Wake up,
you
hey.
know, why do you keep going in that road? I keep pulling you back over. And so finally I realized, I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to share with people
Hmm.
this thing, that no matter what you're going through, and it really does not matter. It doesn't have to be cancer.
Hmm.
People go through divorces,
Hmm.
people lose people, and they grieve and they grieve and they grieve, and they can't seem to. I mean, my best friend lost her son to cancer. He was only 7. He never got to see inside of a school. And so I thought, I've lived enough life that I got married, I had kids, I have grandkids. This little guy
Hmm.
didn't even get to see inside of a school. And I thought, how appreciative I must be for the life I have had, because this little guy at 7 years old didn't,
Hmm.
and I can't even imagine as a mother that pain. And it was hard for my friend to move forward in her life.
Hmm.
She lost her baby, the only child she had. Now she was just single, no husband, no child.
Hmm.
And I thought, wow, so people have different tragedies.
Hmm.
And how do we overcome those? How do we step forward? How do we keep moving? And with the COVID, Ali,
Hmm.
I've already lost a few family members. And it's devastating to the family because they're not prepared.
Hmm.
People are not prepared. What if tomorrow doesn't come?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
100%.
and then there's regrets from people on the other side. Why didn't I say I loved you more? Why didn't I spend more time with that person?
Hmm.
Why didn't I do this? Why did Now I don't care if he throws his clothes on the floor. Oh my God, if he could just come back.
Hmm.
It's the things that upset us. that if we lose someone, we wish they were here to upset us.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's a good point. 100%, Cynthia. I agree with you 100% because sometimes we take a lot of things for granted and we always look at the other side like as you said, like you didn't really know the importance of of those 6 months. But when the
Yeah,
doctor told you 6 months, that's it, what left.
that's right.
That can give you like a wake up call. 6 months. Oh my God, I didn't write that book. Oh my God, I didn't start that business. Oh my God, I didn't do all that. So you get that autopilot that you have to act now, like not now,
Yeah,
right now.
yeah,
So if we act like without even get that, we don't have to till we get like really shaked so hard, or with the COVID-19 that showed a lot to us as
yeah.
people, as human, as humanity,
Absolutely,
that's
absolutely.
humanity need to act like right away without waiting till, so because corona or covid-19 didn't really break the system, but it showed the broken system,
Yeah,
that we were following material stuff, we were following being selfish, being greedy, being
mm,
want, but we realize it's about family, it's about being together, it's about sharing is caring, it's about humanity. And that switch, I can guarantee to you that after covid-19 leave us, you will see a lot of people that they change their
yeah,
perspective, their life, change the way they spend money, change the way they spend time and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah. It's almost like people are realizing now
Mm-hmm.
how bad they need each other.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I don't want to toot no horns, but what we did was I found a community group on Facebook
Mm-hmm.
here in my community around Thanksgiving and Christmas time, and I put on there, is there something you need? Because people have lost their jobs, they can't pay their rent. Well, I'm sure there were years before when people lost their jobs, and
Mm-hmm.
but why did it take me till now, to go find kids whose parents couldn't afford Christmas and buy a couple of gifts? Why did it take till now for me to go buy bags and bags and bags of food
Mm-hmm.
and take them and deliver them? I mean, we've always kind of done that, but not to the extent that we did it this time.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Mm-hmm.
totally different. And I pray this is a wake up call for all people,
Mm-hmm.
that it should not matter. Because I said something to my son one day. I said, you know what this world needs? If we all could turn ourselves inside out,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, think about that.
Exactly.
If we could turn ourselves inside out and we were walking around, we would not know what color you are, what color your hair is,
Mm-hmm.
nothing. We would just see muscle, fat tissue, skeletal
Mm-hmm.
system. That's all.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
Scary stuff.
if you think about when you study anatomy, right? You see that figure
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
just, it's all red with the muscles.
yeah.
That's how we would look. And if we all walked around like that,
Mm-hmm.
we would
You
all
want
see that we're exactly the same.
exactly the same heart, same blood, the red.
It pumps the same, everything. If I were to die and you needed a kidney or a liver,
Mm-hmm.
you probably wouldn't want mine, but, I'm just saying,
Mm-hmm.
you know, then you could, it would help you live.
100%.
And so that means that our bodies are the same, they function the same, they react the same, our hearts are the same, our minds are. It's it's about, I don't know. Sometimes I think it's the upbringing,
Mm-hmm.
teaching children to love
Mm-hmm. 100.
people and
100.
not say we don't talk to them.
Mm.
They don't study our religion. We don't talk to them. Oh, we don't talk to them. They're a different color. They come from a different country. We don't talk to them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's the ones you should embrace.
It's true.
To teach your
100%.
to teach your child, look, there's a whole nother religion. Let's learn about it. Or look, there's a whole nother race. Let's learn about their country or where they're from or what they
Mm-hmm.
eat. But they don't do
100%.
that. It doesn't happen.
It's a good point, because children can take that over with them and they grow up with them. But when teach them, we are all human. It doesn't matter if you're black, if it doesn't matter if you're white, it doesn't matter if you are Asian, it doesn't matter if you're Muslim or Christian
Yeah,
or Jew, as long as treat them as human. And if we all agree on that and leave our selfishness and leave our greed, leave our exclusion, and become more including each other, about
yeah,
supporting each other, about complementing each other instead of competing against
absolutely.
each other, that will totally switch how
Yes.
humanity look at each other. And
You know, you can put two babies in a sandbox.
mhm.
You know what I mean? You can have a white baby in there, an African American baby, an Asian baby, whatever. They will play with each other. They won't. They don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They're like,
until
oh,
until the parents step in and say, "Oh, no, 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 don't play,"
yeah,
and the kids look at them like, "What?"
what's wrong with you? Why not? I'm having fun. These are great people.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to learn from the kids. The kids can teach us more than we can teach them.
100%. That's one thing I can guarantee that too. Like I learned ton of stuff from my son,
Yeah,
ton of stuff from my son, and they are like pure, and they are like so
yes,
innocent and so
innocent.
human. So
Yeah,
we should go back to our humanity. We should go
that's
back
it.
to our humanity 100%, because media, social media, work, material make us more about what is for me, what I want more.
Yeah,
I have one car, I want two. I have
yeah,
just like the ocean. The ocean is full. If you have a cup, Cynthia, and you go to the ocean and you fill up this cup, it won't finish. It will be
yeah,
the same. It's abundance. So people have to believe that there is abundance enough for everyone.
yeah,
But people think everything will be finished. No, no, no.
yeah,
I want more. I want this.
yeah. It's crazy. And it takes when a doctor says to you, you have 6 months, you realize that car is not going to fit in my casket. Oh my God.
Hmm.
I can't get the house in my casket. What am I going to do? You know, it's like, what are you really taking with you? The only thing I ask for, and I told my kids and my husband, in my casket was this. I said, please put a coffee cup in there because who knows? There could be coffee in heaven.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh
Nobody's
no.
ever come back to say that there's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just
Like
want
the
a good cup of coffee.
yeah, please leave coffee with me. I will keep me awake. But that's really a good point, Cynthia, because we don't take anything with us. We come naked and we leave naked.
That's right.
We
That's right.
come naked and live naked. And if we can just leave our imprint on this planet, if we can leave our legacy, it's not the material stuff. It's not something that's really will, but something that's valuable. Like leave some books that people can
Yes.
benefit from it. Leave some donation or some charity or something that maybe the orphan can go there, and their single parent, or for school, or for something like that. That be something that people will remember you. But people won't remember you. They have like $1 million, 2 million, 3 million, maybe they were a
Yeah.
billionaire. As soon as you die, they will say, bring the body. They won't even
Yeah.
say the name. Bring the body.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. And you know, if you think about, so you and I, we both know Les Brown.
Hmm.
And if you think about, or Tony Robbins, or Jim Rohn, or you know, there's so many. I could get Zig Ziglar. I could keep going on.
Hmm.
When you hear that name, what that name is associated with
Hmm.
is knowledge and something that has gone on for years and years and years. I tell people all the time, I like to ask this question: who was the first networker in the world?
Who was the first networker in the world? Hmm. Let's see if the audience will answer that. Give it maybe 30 seconds. One, two, three, four, five, three.
And the answer is Jesus Christ, because he told 12 disciples a message and he said, go out and spread it. Go spread the word. And so it doesn't matter if you believe in Jesus. This has nothing to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
What it means is, I am almost willing to bet you can ask any person from any country, have they ever heard of that name? And they will say, yes, I know Jesus. Christians believe he's the Son of God. And that's what they're going to say. You know why? Because he told 12 people one message, and he told them to go share that good news. Go talk about love. Go talk about my message. Go share that message. And so they did. And today, we still hear 2,000 years later, we still hear that name,
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. And so if you think Les Brown, Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn, all of the Tony Robbins,
Mm-hmm.
what they're leaving behind is a message. And so if you're going to be here on this earth, share a great message, leave a legacy of
Mm-hmm.
words, because words will live forever.
100%.
Martin Luther King left, today is his birthday. Well, not today. The other day was his birthday. Today we celebrated in America.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Luther King left some of the best words in the world when he left here. And you know why people remember him? Because of his words. If you ask, what car did he drive? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
How many
Exactly.
bedrooms were in his house? I have no idea. But they can tell you what he said.
100%.
And so, really, it's about sharing with people, bringing goodness, bringing love, bringing thoughts and ideas. What you're doing now, what you're doing right now, bringing doses of inspiration to people for better thought processes, better living, better decision making, and people who can inspire that. And so what you will do is you will leave words as a
Mm-hmm.
legacy. People will think of you and they'll say, oh my goodness, I remember when he used to say,
Mm-hmm. 100%. 100%. It's as you said, people want to remember the color of your car or how many bedroom in in your house, but people will remember like some quote like be the change you want to see in the world. As soon
that's
as
it.
we hear that, we know Gandhi. As soon we hear like there's so many quote that people left behind. Even for us, like when we hear Isa in Arabic, it's mean Jesus,
Yeah.
and Jesus is a big name that leave a legacy.
Yeah.
And for us who live, Jesus is a big prophet that bring wisdom, bring want to enlighten people's life. And so the
Yes.
same thing for the prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Those that they live. And even in our culture or our religion, we said when you die there is three things. If you live them, you are not really dead. A good son or daughter that you upbring very well, that
Mm,
people will see you in them. You
mm,
educate them, you teach them to be human, to respect, to be responsible, and
yes.
to contribute to the community. And also another thing, if you leave something that people, either books or either some science or something that humanity, like Thomas Edison, left those light, and
Yes.
everyone remember that. And Stephen Jobs with Apple, all that stuff. And the
Yeah.
same thing if you live like something like, as I mentioned, charity or something that people benefiting from it, something that you invest in it. So those really make people like we remember you.
Yeah.
And I will just go back to one point, Cynthia. Like I know you are a powerful lady. That's like you just like you are a bouncing ball. Like like you just like the bouncing ball. Like bang, the more you hit it, the higher she go. So for there is a
I like
difference.
that. The harder you hit it, the higher she bounces.
Exactly, and
It's true.
that's that's the
I
way.
never thought of it like that's
What,
good.
what are we going to do with this lady? Like we just you see the ant like the little insect, the
You
ant
know
like
who you
it
know
keeps
who
going.
hates me? Satan. Satan. He was like, I got her this time.
Yeah,
Nobody can even figure out how to heal her.
exactly. Yeah.
And it's like, But see, I tell people all the time, if you keep grease on your ankles, think
Hmm.
about it. If you keep your ankles greased, nobody can hold you.
Exactly. Slippery. Too slippery. What if you are
Not
just
a
sit
way
if
to
you if you are just sit there and keep complaining, you're full of rust. You can even run from yourself. You
So keep your ankles greased and nobody can hold you down.
exactly,
That's it.
and it's the mindset play a big thing in this. It's also
Yeah.
the attitude. If people have a bad attitude, it's like a flat tire. You're going nowhere. It's just sitting there. And one thing that I really want to clarify, that this pain is unavoidable.
Is
Pain, if you lose someone, that's it's painful, of course.
oh, yeah.
But what is that we choose is the sufferance, because when we suffer, we lose someone 1 year or 2 years or something. But if we stay there and keep, like, just keep talking about that and crying about that and stuff, so pain is unavoidable, but suffering is something that we choose.
Yeah.
And when we know the difference between that, and we said, okay, we need to live from this and go from this. But okay, rejection, it happened. And you shared a good point, Santia, earlier, because you said, why this keep happening to me? I get cancer in 1993
Three.
and 2003, 2007, 2009, and 2014, and you still keep knocking on those doors. Then you said, God kept telling you, come on, are you going to wake up or not? But when you realize that, you said, you said, okay, I need to work for myself.
Hmm.
And you start, like, you don't, like, you just become unstoppable, because that is what God see in you. You have a call, you have a gift, and you need to share it with the world. But sitting behind that desk and doing what you are just to get paid for, instead of doing the call that you are called for. And that is when people sometimes they suffer and stuck, because they keep knocking on the same door. Knock, 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 nobody's opening, go away, but knock,
Yeah.
knock, knock, knock.
You know what I
So,
realized, Ali,
mhm,
was the one thing I could not count on, and this sounds terrible when
mhm,
you're encouraging people, but the truth is the truth.
mhm, 100%.
And sometimes the truth does not sound good, you know, but it is
Mhm,
the truth. And the
mhm,
one thing I could not count on, and that was other people. It was up to
mhm,
me. It was up to me to find the doctor that was going to help me. It was up
mhm,
to me to decide that I wanted to live. It was up to me to say, I'm going to write that book and I'm going to get it done.
mhm,
It was not. And so the thing is, I think a lot of people don't take responsibility, that it
mhm,
is up to you.
mhm,
And there's that saying, if it's going to be, it's up to me,
mhm,
right? I mean,
100%.
there's so many. And we hear Les Brown say, you have greatness in you.
Mhm,
You have greatness in you. So you have to pull it out of there. You can't put that on somebody else. It's
mhm,
nobody else's responsibility to
mhm,
make your greatness. You have greatness in you.
100%.
Your greatness isn't in the guy's house down the street, where you go down there, knock on his door, and say, "Hey, man, can I get my greatness? I feel like I need to write a book." He's gonna say, "What are you talking about?" Right?
Yeah.
Nobody's holding your greatness. It's
it's
in
the
you,
it's the desire that inside.
and it is like you said. That day when they say you got 6 months,
Mhm,
if every person woke up every day thinking, I
mhm,
only have 6 months, they would get busy like right now. I wrote
mhm,
a poem. It came to me just off the top of my head, and I don't have all the words in front of me, but it's on Facebook.
mhm,
And I don't know if you've seen it, but it was called You Walked Past Me Today. And you walked past me today. You didn't say hi. You didn't acknowledge me. You walked past me today without even a nod, without even, it was just all of these different things. And it was like the husband, the wife, the mom, the child, the neighbor, whatever. You walk past me, and it's just all of the different things of where situations where people walk past people
mhm,
all the time and don't even stop to take a moment to acknowledge that this is a human being
mhm,
with a life, with a heart that's beating, with a mind that works, with eyes that hopefully see, with a mouth that can speak.
Mm-hmm.
and they don't even acknowledge the human being. And
Mm-hmm.
I believe, me personally, we all have our own beliefs, that God makes paths cross. And I've said this to you before because I think God makes people
Connect.
know each other, connect. I want this path to cross, and we may not understand today
Mm-hmm.
why. Is it for a reason, a season, or a lifetime?
Mm-hmm. 100%.
And it really what it is, brother, how can I help you? Sister, this is what I need. You know, when people start to realize we're all here, we're all brothers and sisters, we are all one flesh. Truly, we are. If we
100%.
can share livers and kidneys,
Yeah.
we must. If people have hair transplants, they get hair from other people. It's like, put it up there.
100%.
Eyes,
100%.
eyes. People go blind, and it's like, if I die, take my eyes, give them to someone. I don't need them anymore. God will make me see when I get there.
Mm-hmm.
But when people start to realize our paths cross and we come to these crossroads in our life, like a four-way stop sign, and you and I met through Les Brown, and we came to this stop sign. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, hi, Ali. Hi, Cynthia. It's like, oh, what path are you on? Oh, where are you going? What's your journey? This is
Mm-hmm.
my journey. How can I help you? I've already been down that road. If you
Mm-hmm.
want me to tell you, there's a great rest stop on. So
Mm-hmm.
it really is about reaching a hand out
Mm-hmm.
to people, right? We don't
Mm-hmm.
need a handout. It's not like a handout, like give me,
Mm-hmm.
give me, give me, give me, right? It's like this is another human being.
Mm-hmm. Our passenger. We are traveler on this planet, and
Help, help,
we need
help
help
them on
each
their
other.
journey.
Exactly. We are all traveler, and when
Yeah,
you are traveling, you when you help someone, you are helping yourself, because you never know when that person that you help, you,
it's
if you
gonna
help
come back. Yeah,
unexpectedly help, that's one thing that people really that's do, like they help but they expect something back, and that's become business.
and you
Do it.
know what? I'm hoping somebody that I helped hits that 800 million. That's out. The Powerball right now is 800 million and almost $1 billion. So that's why I build my network really big, because if somebody hits it, they'll be like, "Oh, you know what, Cynthia?" No, I'm kidding.
No, I agree. It's 100%, because it's you never know. Throw that rock in that ocean,
Yeah,
and you never know, that rock
yeah,
could be your the one that save you. You
yeah.
never know. Do something, but do it from a place of love. Do it from a
Yes.
place of like, for humanity, for people, and don't expect anything back. That's the
No.
problem. That people do something and they look at you like, didn't they do something for you the other
Yeah,
day?
yeah,
And you
yeah,
expect something back, and that's become business. Do it and forget about that and just move on.
yeah. Absolutely. And so then we crossed paths. I met Darren through you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Darren and I have a webinar set up on the 27th. I think it's so amazing, his knowledge, what he knows. And we talk about emotion, and I
mm-hmm,
was like, that's so powerful. I need
100%.
you to come and tell the people that I know about what you do. But see,
Mm-hmm,
I would have never met him had I not met you.
mm-hmm.
And I would have never met you had I not met Les
It's brown.
Brown. And
Mm-hmm,
so
100%.
the, and this is how we do. It's like keep reaching your hand out to help the other person to get that whole thing going.
Mm-hmm.
And if the whole world did that, this would
Mhm.
be a beautiful place.
100%, 100%.
It is
And
a beautiful place, and
it
there are
is.
beautiful people.
It's a beautiful place. Just need a beautiful mindset, and people start to wake up and waking
Yeah,
up actually, which is really good, because we are one human, we are one race with beautiful heart, but we corrupt that heart. We corrupted
yeah,
with material. We corrupted with the media. We corrupted with different things, and sometimes people get tired of that. Like that's why people like just I just want to go to charge my battery. I just want to go to the nature. People
yeah,
get tired of this. They drain. They
yeah,
just
yeah,
it's not
yeah,
the soul is tired of all that stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah,
what we feed our brain with books that we read, we feed
yeah,
our body, our muscle with the exercise or the food that we eat. But the soul, when we are just chasing the fame, when we are chasing that it's me, when we are just it's about the ego, the soul become
Yeah.
tired. So the cry of
Yeah.
the soul, it become, I need humanity, something that, because to be happy you have to give, not to take.
Yes.
And they
That's
believe
right.
in that 100%.
Absolutely. 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 There is something about it. And I would suggest to anybody who's listening, if you've never gone to a homeless shelter
Mm-hmm.
or a soup kitchen and helped serve those who are less than
Mm-hmm.
what you have and serve, it is a mighty feeling. It is just, you just feel like I did something for humanity.
Mm-hmm.
I can't give much, but I can give my time. If financially you can't, people say, well, I don't have the money to do for it. Doesn't cost money to
Mm-hmm.
help people. It really doesn't. When I cook too much food, which I do all the time, because I don't know how to cook little, because I had all the kids grew up and moved away, and I'm still cooking
Yeah, yeah,
like all.
you get used to
My
that.
husband says all the time, why do you cook so much? I'm like, I don't know how to cook little. How do I cook little? So I call the kids and I'm like, come over and get some food because I don't know, I made too much again. They're like, Mom, we're cooking our own food now.
Yeah, but I'm still, you are still my baby, no matter what. Even you are.
So now I put it into go plates and I take it to like senior citizens or people that I know
Mm-hmm.
that even if they can't eat it this evening, put it in the fridge, put it in the freezer, eat it tomorrow, whenever. I don't care. But it's okay. So now I still cook a lot because I know I can just go give it to somebody. Somebody will
Yeah,
take it.
yeah,
It's
somebody
okay.
will take it
Somebody
100%.
wants it. But you ask a question and you were talking about the tragedy and the suffering
Mm-hmm.
and the difference in those. One of the hardest things I ever did in my life, when my father was dying, I went home to visit. And I knew the day that I hugged his neck and I left there, that would be the last time I would ever have a conversation with, not no no not a conversation because I could still call him, but that
Mm-hmm.
was the last time I would ever physically touch his skin, be able to kiss his cheek, be able to hug him. That was it. And I knew when I left his house, walking out that door,
Mm-hmm.
if I don't go back in, I can never sit and hold his hand ever again. I'm walking away from my father who is alive, who's dying.
Mm-hmm.
How do I walk out this door? I could not figure out how to walk away. And the pain was killing me because I knew,
Mm-hmm. That was the last time probably you will touch him and stuff.
yes, I knew it. And I kept thinking, why am I doing this? Why am I walking away? Why don't I just stay here
Mm-hmm.
until it happens? But I knew I had, I had to go because I had already been there a month.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor still didn't know, is it going to be a week, a month, 6 months?
Mm-hmm.
But I knew this was it when I walked away. I would never be able to hug him again like that and say, Daddy, I love you. And hear him say, my baby girl.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that was never going to happen again. When I walked outside that house, I really looked up at the sky and I screamed, why, why, why?
Mm-hmm.
Because he came here and cried when I was going through cancer and said, you can't leave me. You can't leave me. You're too young. This isn't natural for a daddy to lose his little girl. And he kept saying, if I could take it away from you, I would.
Mm. The parent
And
love. It's powerful.
and he got cancer and he left me.
Mm.
And it was the hardest thing I ever had to do. So when we talk about tragedy and to triumph, struggle to success, yes, if you don't go through pain and suffering, I heard you say something really powerful. Um, the pain was when my father died. The pain was when I walked away from him. Yes, the suffering could go on forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a lot of guilt that I hold, Ali, because of the day I called my dad every single day after that. When I left and came home, I called him every single day. And one day, I was having an issue with my team, with my business. And so I was on the phone like all day, all day, all day, just
Mm-hmm.
constant distractions, which was crazy. It wasn't normal. This didn't usually happen.
Mm-hmm.
And all day, all day, all day. And my husband comes home. I tell him, I said, oh my goodness, the business today and the team and, blah, 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 blah. And I said, I haven't even called my dad yet. I said, I still need to call my dad. And he was 3 hours ahead of me.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I got to call him before he gets to bed. Ali, I swear to you with everything in me, I had the phone in my hand like this. And I'm talking to my husband. I'm saying, so I need to call my dad. So just give me a few minutes,
Mm-hmm.
And the phone rings while it's in my hand. And my dad's name comes up. And I'm
Wow.
like, oh my God, Daddy, I was just getting ready to call you. Sorry. I know I missed my call this morning. And all I heard was, sweetie, your daddy's gone.
Wow.
He just died 5 minutes ago. And I screamed bloody murder because I was like, no, I was going to call.
Mm.
I let business,
Mm-hmm.
I let business and people get in the way that day of the one thing that was most important to me, which was calling my daddy every day because I knew he was dying. And that day, I allowed everything to take precedence to him. I can never get it back. I can never change how it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so it hurts when I think about it that I could have called and still talked to him that morning because he had lung cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And his wife said to me, he was fine. He was fine. And just all of a sudden this evening, he said, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And so that said to me, had I called him in the morning, I would have still been able to talk to him.
To hear that. Okay. Yeah. Mm.
But I let business get in the way. And I swore I would never do that again. If something comes to me or someone comes to me and
Mm-hmm.
says, hey, whatever it is, business will be there tomorrow. It'll be there. If you
100%.
have a good business or whatever it is, if it's a problem, trust me, problems don't go away. They
Mm-hmm.
don't just, woo,
Yeah, exactly.
or else we could all just wait. Woo, that one's gone. Yay, that one's gone. And so you have to realize that
Mm-hmm.
today you are blessed if you're here and you can share love with someone, or you
Mm-hmm.
can pick up a phone and call someone and say, I love you. I just wanted to say, just in case I haven't told you lately, you
Mm-hmm.
mean a lot to me, whatever it is,
100%.
because I'm telling you, the worst thing in the world is to shut that off and never be given the opportunity again.
100%. That's very powerful. And sorry for your dad lost your dad, and
Yeah.
sorry to go through that emotion. But that's really true, Cynthia, because sometimes we let things get in the way. Sometimes we let our business. Sometimes we want to grow. We want to get the best. That's okay, but not on the connection with our family, not on our family. Because I remember I used to be like busy too with different things, and my son the same thing was a wake up call for me to change totally the way I look at life and think. And I used to be working like mostly like night and day and stuff like that, so almost like teasing my son, like just spending enough 2 hour 3 hour and something just like to make him happy and stuff, but it's not connecting, it's not quality and stuff like that.
Yeah.
One day we went, and Saturday afternoon was a really nice sunny day, and I parked the car. I told him, okay, let's get some ice cream. So we were walking to the ATM machine. So I withdraw $20 and we were walking toward the ice cream. Like the ATM is not far from the bank, is not far from the ice cream. And my son, he just said, "Daddy, it is some people all they worry about is money. All they worry about is money, no family, nothing." No, he wasn't talking to me, but he was just in general. He was just saying
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And just like the way he said, so cute, like 3 years, and he was like, "Daddy, some people all they worry about is money. No, they have no time for the family. They have no time for other stuff. Just money, money, money." I was looking at him like, looking at him and looking at that $20. I was ready to let it blow away. Like we're doing this. We went and we said we get ice cream. I told him, "Son, this is the last time you will see me busy away from you. I will take every moment to cherish every moment." As you see, like wherever I take memory, picture, video on my Facebook and stuff, put it. I just enjoyed that moment because I know that he was saying that he wasn't saying to me, but
Yeah.
God was talking to him to me through him.
There.
And
That's it.
I was just like I said, okay, that's it. That's it. I have to connect. I have to, and I create a vision for myself. I said, a well connected, balanced, fulfilled life. That's my vision for life.
Yeah.
Anything that's not connecting, anything that's not balanced, anything not really giving you fulfillment, doesn't matter if it's like $1 million, $2 million, but it's not going to be
Yeah.
on my family time or the quality time or something, stuff like that. So that's just remind me of what you shared with me here. It's sometimes we let things get in the way and we regret it after that.
Yeah. And money, let me tell you, if money could
Mm-hmm.
buy health, nobody be sick.
Exactly.
People
100%.
will, yeah, they would go, I want to sell my cancer. Okay, how much you want for it?
Nobody want. You see people running. Go away from me. I don't,
Yeah,
it's true.
nobody, you can't buy health, you can't sell health.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. And
100%.
so it really is about, and I tell people all the time, and one message that I love to get across to people, I actually just purchased another domain name because I'm building another website, which is called dis-ease, because disease,
Mm-hmm.
dis-ease, is what causes people to be sick. Stress,
Mm-hmm.
dis-ease causes disease.
Love it.
And that's what it is. And so if there's one thing I can always bring to people, it's just because you have cancer does not mean you're going to die of cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you have diabetes does not mean diabetes will kill you. Just because you have heart disease does not mean you will die of heart disease. So let that go first.
Mm-hmm. Your
Let
fear
that
will
go,
kill you. Your
because
fear, your thought. Mm-hmm.
because you could be in Las Vegas and some crazy man at Mandalay Bay has a gun and decides to shoot out a window
Mm-hmm.
into a crowd listening to a concert on a beautiful summer night. So cancer didn't kill you.
100%.
Some drunk driver coming down the highway decides that he's going to come down the highway the same moment you're coming down. Cancer
Mm-hmm.
didn't kill you.
100%.
So unless a person commits suicide, they do not know the hour, the minute, the day that God says, today, that's it. You're coming with me.
Mm-hmm.
And they do not know the cause. So just because you were diagnosed with something does not mean that's what's going to take you.
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well stop stressing over it, because then you're stressed out. Oh my God, I'm going to die of cancer, and you die in a car wreck. I would be so pissed off. I'm telling you, I would be so pissed off if I got to heaven. I would have such a conversation with God. Are you serious? You took me through all those cancers for what? And then you have me in a car accident? Wow, that's crazy. Why did you take me through all of that? To make you stronger, my daughter, to
Love it.
make you stronger, and to look at what it was important.
Mm. Love it. Love it. I will comment on two things before I think it's time. Our time is up to finish this beautiful. I would go and go. It's an amazing topic to talk about and share with people. And I will go back to the time. That's time. We can't buy it. We can't borrow it. We can't save it and we can't keep it. Money, We can. We can work hard for it. We can borrow it from friend. We can save it. But time, if it's gone, it's gone.
Okay.
The other thing that I really want to talk about is also, if you have something in mind, just do it.
Do it.
Just do it. If the why is clear, don't worry about the how,
Yeah.
because the how will follow, and the why is what is keeping you doing that. Because the moment you decide to do what you want to do, everything will work and come together and fill up. But if you keep thinking, how I'm going to, I need money, I need that, you will never achieve what you
No.
want.
No.
100%.
100%.
So our time is up, my friend. One word or one sentence to finish this, and people live with what you are sharing, with what you are manifesting, and with as a bouncy ball. That's you never give up. That's it. Should
That's my message.
yeah.
I don't care. I don't care what it is or how dark it seems. In your darkest hour, in Germany we have a saying, that von irgendwo kommt ein Lichtlein her. And it's like in your darkest hour, a light is shining from somewhere.
Mm.
You have to look towards that light, though. And I don't mean the light when they say, people are dying. They're like, oh, go towards the light. No, not that light. It's that light that God is saying, I'm close. Don't be sad when a door closes. I was fired from 2 jobs. It was the best thing ever happened to me. Did we struggle? Oh my God, yes. Did my car get towed? I went to go to chemo one morning and my car was gone? Yes. Was it terrible? Yes. But you know what? It was the best thing that ever happened to me. I would have never started my own business. I would have never wrote a book. I would have never went to Hollywood and did all those things. So many things. So no matter what it is, don't look at it bad. Just say, oh, what is this? And find out, why is this happening? What can I take from it? And what does that mean for the next step? Because something is going to happen. That's how you have to see it. A door closed so one can open.
Love it. Love it. It's all about
Never
projection.
give up.
Never give up. Projection is God protection to guide
Yes.
us in the right direction.
Oh, that's
and
good.
and when Cynthia keep just going knocking on that door, God telling her, you didn't learn your lesson.
Nope.
Come on. So we need to learn the lesson and rise above our obstacle.
right.
And God is great because sending us and guiding us to what is better for us, to what is good for us. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching us, and really appreciate your time and watching, and looking forward for more to come with guests from all over the world sharing their story of hope, rebirth, and resilience.